Pastor Webster for just a little while. And I want to share with him the biggest words I know. The biggest words I know. Any of us who are called to the task and the challenge of sharing the good news, the gospel of Jesus Christ, have to appreciate language and have to be careful with our words. Unlike any other public speaker, the words we choose often have eternal weight and can be the dividing line about where someone will spend eternity. This preaching thing is no small duty. And it is ultimately the means and the mechanism by which folk will come to know Jesus Christ. I need not tell you, good doctor, after all of these years in this pulpit and in others, you understand and appreciate the power of a word. A good word. A right word can set a life that has turned upside down, right side up. A good word. A right word can call a wandering child back home. A good word. A right word can drive the weeping eyes of folk who have known only pain and loss and paint a picture of bright glory. A good word. A right word. There are 6 big words. Really big words. And every preacher who strives to preach good and right ought to know. These are big words. These are gigantic words. Richard, these are about the biggest words I know. Bigger than hermeneutics. Bigger than ecclesiology or missiology. Bigger than eschatology. Bigger than hermeneutics or homily. These are big, gigantic words. They're words that carry great weight. And they're words every preacher who wants to preach good and wants to preach right all know. Here's the first big word. It's big now. That first big word is woe. Woe unto me if I preach not the gospel. That's a big word. Because it expresses the inescapability of the call to prayer. Woe unto me if I don't preach. That the burden of preaching, the weight of preaching, the obligation of preaching is so heavy upon my life. If I don't do it, my morning turns to midnight. My heart fades. My outlook grows dim. Woe if I don't preach. I don't always want to preach, but woe if I don't. I'm not always in a comfortable place for preaching, but woe if I don't. I don't always get the idea they are hearing what I'm preaching, but woe if I don't preach the gospel. That's a big word. Woe. Whoa. Second big word. This is a big one. The second big word is go. Go ye into all the world. Preach the gospel. That's a big word because it talks about the breadth of the call to preach. The gospel is not localized to any place, but the gospel is for the whole world. Some of you may think that the preaching of James Webster is the exclusive copyrighted domain of Oak Ridge. Not so. He who calls him commissions him to go. Go into all the world. No place is too far, no people too foreign, no experience too out of the ordinary, that the gospel that has been placed in you does not deserve to be carried. Go. Go in all the world. Go when you feel like it, and go when you don't feel like it. Go when you're well rested, and go when you're tired. Go when family wants you to stay, and go when church doesn't support. Just go. Go. Go when you are compensated, and go when it costs you. Go. Go when they appreciate you coming, and go when you're second bill. Just go. Go in all the world and preach the gospel. That's the second big word. But there's a third big word. Woe if you don't preach. Go into all the world to preach. And as you're preaching, don't forget to sow. That's really what the preacher is. He's a sower. His job, his task, his challenge is to sow the seeds of the good news of the gospel of Jesus Christ. His job is to sow. Now I know it's frustrating because we always want to get the harvest where we can see the result of our having sowed, but the Lord doesn't tell us anything about the harvest. He says just sow. He tells us to sow whatever the condition of the ground. If it's good soil, sow. If it's rocky ground, you still sow. So, whatever the condition of the ground that you're called to preach in, you just sow. Some birds might come and eat up some of your seed, but you keep sowing. Some of it may grow to maturity. Some may be fallen before it reaches there. You still sow. Sow the seeds of the gospel of peace. Sow the seeds of the gospel of Jesus Christ. Sow everywhere you go. Don't worry about the ground and don't worry about the birds. God calls you to sow. Every chance you get, drop a seed. Sunday morning, drop a seed. Bible study, drop a seed. And in deacons meeting, drop a seed. And in church meeting, drop a seed. On the phone, drop a seed. When you greet them in the vestibule, whenever you get a chance, drop a seed. So, that's a big word.